Welcome back to consecutive day 679 of a diary of a Runpreneur. Please remember that this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. So to find out more and how you can support the challenge, check the link in the comments below. But please do subscribe to the channel and give this a share, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support, and let's get started. Firstly, apologies, because it is consecutive day 679 today. I think yesterday I was assuming it was consecutive day 679 or even 680, so I was a day or two ahead of where I actually am. So it's, just to clarify, it is consecutive day 679 today. Still a lot either way. I'm still approaching 680 and still approaching 2 years. So yeah, I'm on my way. But anyway, today I'm out morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning today. I found it a bit harder getting out for morning. It is Easter holiday, so kids are off. So there's no pressures of school, etc. So I'm out slightly later than I wanted to be, by about 15 minutes or so. But you know what? The joys of working for yourself. That's okay. So yeah, it's supposed to be really warm today, so not a bad idea getting out early doors, because although I do like running in really warm sunny conditions, it is quite sapping and draining, and I've got quite a long day ahead of me in London. So I'm in the big smoke today, meeting a potential investor for the trading business. He wants to commit to several units, which should be exciting, and also meet with my business partner Jack to go through a few bits that we couldn't get covered off in last week's end of financial year meeting. So yeah, I think the word today I want to talk about from an entrepreneurial perspective is empathy. And the knock-on effect of empathy, it can affect communication. And the reason I'm talking about this is just my thoughts. I'm just spilling them out today from my entrepreneurial spasm of thoughts. You know, I get so many shooting off in different directions. But I had a lengthy conversation with Jack yesterday, and yeah, well, we sorted it all out. We always knew we were going to sort it all out. But ultimately, there's been a few of these little niggling disagreements over nothing of late. And what it actually transpires is we needed to dig a little bit deeper to find out. And what we understood was that there was a slight lack of empathy from both sides. Empathy meaning to put yourself in that other person's shoes to experience what they are feeling. And there was, you know, I'm at a different stage in my life than Jack is, and you know, there were some of my comments that would probably be slightly dismissive of things that were very important to him, and then at the same time there's things and ways that he would act that would be dismissive of the workload and the effort that I've been putting in at my end. So it's really important to kind of unearth that, because as soon as there is a lack of empathy, that will be communicated across in any conversation. And although one or two things, you know, not a big deal, but if that empathy continues and those comments keep going and going and going, it's be like someone prodding you in the arm. You know, if someone prods you in the arm a few times, doesn't make a big deal, but do it repetitively for long enough, you'll bruise. And I think that's ultimately, you know, where, you know, there's been an element of kind of resentment, I suppose, because of the communication between us. So I think it was a real milestone to kind of unearth this. Now, it should have been probably looking from the outside in. It's probably fairly self-explanatory, but and fairly obvious. But when you're involved in stuff, those obvious things aren't as obvious when you're so heavily involved. So I think we put all that to bed last night, which was good, and it feels I wake up with a new sense of purpose today, because you don't have that negative baggage hanging on you, which is really, really important. I talk a lot about positive and negative energy, and pick and choose your battles is a big one I talk about as well, because if you anything that creates conflict or adversity or negative emotions creates negative energy, and negative energy is sapping, it's draining. Trust me, I'd rather do an ultra marathon, and I think I'd feel more energetic at the end than I would if I had an argument with someone, because the argument just drains my happiness levels, so I'm so down and negative that it's really hard to kind of lift yourself, certainly for that day. So that was really helpful, because I now feel back where I need to be today. Big day ahead of us, and hopefully it'll be a very positive day. So just finishing off on a personal perspective, my eldest son Leo, I talk a lot about his long COVID recovery, but the kids are off today. They can't do too much today because Leo has a private tutor, which the government have decided to offer him due to his medical records and his condition and things. So he's got a private tutor coming to meet him today, which will be utilised, I imagine, maybe for the first half of the summer term, as we gradually integrate him back to school. So really, really positive, really keen to see how that goes. Unfortunately, I'll be out, but yeah, exciting times. So that's pretty much it for me today. Please remember that part of the Runpreneur challenge is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. Find out more about the challenge, how you can support it, get links in the comments below. But just going to pass them on. Morning. But please do subscribe to the channel and give this a share so more people can get in front of the money we raise. And we've launched a campaign called Caffeine for Kevin, and the idea behind it is because it's such a long, challenging fundraising event spanning over 12 years, to sustainably support people in supporting us. We've launched a campaign called Caffeine for Kevin, and the idea behind it is if people can support me just by donating the price of a cup of coffee once a month. It could be a real cheap one, £1, or slightly more expensive, but that's small amounts of money is going to be unnoticeable from leaving your account. But over the course of the challenge, those small pockets of money can result in 120, 100, 130 pounds over the course of the challenge. £2 would be 250. So it's a significant amount of money, but it's unrecognisable or noticeable for people, which makes it more sustainable. So, and I call it Caffeine for Kevin because, metaphorically speaking, I'll never get to drink that cup of coffee, but it'll still give me the same caffeine boost, seeing the money coming in regularly. So thank you for your support. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.